Hey fam, what's good? It's your boy, the Master. Yeah, you know how we do it on the RPM Life podcast. We're back with another episode, and let me tell you, there is some hot topics, there's some thoughts, and there's some wisdom I would like to share with us today. As we know, one of the most trending things right now in our sphere of social media is Will and Chris. Will Smith and the Chris Rock incident. Some agree, some disagree, some don't understand why, some are perplexed at the stage that incident took place on. And some just flat out feel like it was foolish. On both sides. I've looked at the tape. I've looked at the videos rather several times. And we can only speculate of why, other than what Will had expressed and the joke that came from Chris towards Will's wife, Jada. There's a fine line of everything in life. There's a very thin line between life and death. There's a very thin line between jokes and hurtful things. There's a very thin line between the rich and the poor. Because one step the wrong way could be horrific for some. One step in the next direction could prove bountiful and a blissful life. So it's so many variables, but here's what I want to share. Let me just give you my thoughts. Let me give you my thoughts and what I saw. There's a brother of mine back home, one of my minister brothers, and he and I was talking one day, and this was a few years back. He said, we can never determine a person's rock bottom, only they can. And I agree with that. I've never heard it put like that, but when he gave me the statement, I understood clearly where he was coming from after he explained it. He said, we can be at a place to where we're tired of seeing a person go through something, and we'll be wishing them well, but they look like they keep going back into this dark pit or this life that is just sucking the life out of them. And you be like, man, why you won't get it? Sister, why you want to get it? But because they haven't got tired yet, or they have not received the help that's been coming to them. And when they get tired or they're ready to receive the help, that's when they can be helped. So what he was saying is, you can be tired of seeing someone go through something, but you can't determine their rock bottom or when they should be tired. And I said all that to say, we don't know what a person's breaking point is. We don't know what would trigger someone to either do something positive or do something negative. We don't know what it is. So in hopes of receiving the best for someone, our desire should be to see someone at their best in life, and whatever it is they may be doing or however you can contribute to that. And I said that leading to this point, there was clearly some other things going on that caused Will to react the way he did. I'm not saying he was wrong for wanting to, in his words, defend his wife. I'm not saying he was wrong for that. But I will say, hindsight, even himself said that wasn't the right place. See, we can all say it, but until a person comes to that determination themselves, really what we're saying is just kind of giving some insight like, hey man, it could have been done better. And I totally agree, it could have been done better. But we don't know at that moment what him and his wife and his family have been going through, all of these moments of pressure, their life is displayed before the world. All these things have to be taken in consideration, and we still never will be able to fathom the pressure that this brother has been up under with himself, his wife, and his family. We don't know. And so what we saw was a reaction instead of a response. He reacted to being his wife being made a joke. Some say a light joke. Light, heavy, whether that was to be determined by us or not, it's not, because we don't know how it made that person feel. So what I want to share with us is this. Look at this. He realized it could have been done better. Chris obviously realized after the slap, I'm not laughing at it, but after the slap, he realized he screwed up somewhere. Now, here's what I want to really get to. I heard the joke, saw the response of Will and most of the people in the audience, saw the look on Jada's face, saw Will's reaction afterward going towards Chris. Chris totally unaware of what's about to go down. And before the world, this man got smacked hard. And some people have said, man, he should have punched him. Well, in manhood, if you really want to kind of embarrass a man, when you slap a man, it does something to him. It is shameful. It is. A man would rather get punched with a fist instead of get slapped. And all real men know what I'm talking about. It just takes something out of you. It's almost like it emasculates you to be slapped. But here's what I want us to look at. As believers, as men and women in general, and as people that are desiring to be better. Now, the whole situation was kind of jacked up. But here's where I saw a paramount moment where Chris had a chance, but he made a different choice after the fact. After being hit like that, his manhood could have said, go get him. Especially when he turned his back on him and walked up. Manhood could have said, you gonna let him punk you like that in front of everybody. Manhood could have said, you're just gonna let him get away, they gonna think you're weak. But also manhood could have said, we'll handle this later. I'm gonna tell you something. The way Chris handled that and remained in a professional light and showed the world something that people from all ethnic groups saw is how he handled being embarrassed, hit, struck by one of his own people, and how he finished the job that he was hired to do. Saw he made a mistake, respected the man after the fact and said, okay, I'll keep her name out of my mouth, no problem. But he went on to handle the business at hand. I'm saying to us, couple of things. I've heard a lot of people, and even I've said it. I don't know what I would have done. I could tell you everything at that moment that I said I would have done, but I prayed up under that type of pressure, scrutiny, in that situation where we have those embarrassing moments, that I could pull it back together like Chris did and do the job at hand. Some people will say, well, he did it because he's getting a check. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with it. The point is, many of us get checks to do a lot of things, and we still lose it over somebody stepping over our Nikes. Somebody accidentally bumping your car door at the shopping mall, and we lose it over a car that can be repainted. On a job because they overlook you for a promotion. We lose it and just go all out of whack. But this man on a large stage handled himself very professionally after the fact. Now, the other coin, I want to flip this coin over. The other side of this coin I want us to look at is this. And this may make some people a little uncomfortable, but I feel I need to share this with us, for us, especially as a people. And I'm talking directly to us on this part. Why do we feel the need? And I'm talking in both situations on this. Why do we feel the need to degrade our people Why do we feel the need to inflict harm upon our own people? When in life we say that others don't like us, but yet we never get out of hand with others, people of other ethnic group that we say don't like us, we don't get out of hand with them. But one of us look at each other wrong, we say something wrong to each other, we ready to pull a trigger, to pull this trigger called the mouth, to pull our hands up and inflict harm on each other, steal from one another, take, but then someone from a different ethnic group walk right beside you and you won't say a word to them. I'm not advocating that we should, I'm just asking the question, why do we do it to ourselves? I've asked that question before, and some have told me because we've been taught. Okay. But yet we're woke. We talk about unlearn to relearn. Not just for our history, but just unlearning the toxic behaviors that we have towards one another. Why do we not unlearn that? Some say because they'll put us in jail. True that. So does that make it okay for you to jump a person that look like me and look like you? To degrade our women that are beautiful? Because when you talk about another black woman, you in essence are talking about your mother, because she's a black woman. When I talk about you and degrade you as a black man, I'm in essence talking about myself. So in the whole process and scheme of the situation that happened, let's look at this and ask ourselves the question, why? A lot of things led up to it, but the main part I'm focusing on is Chris's response after the fact, Will's response prior to the fact. I just think we need to really look at it. Some may agree, some may disagree. That's okay. You have your opinion, and it's okay. It's no problem. I just want us to think about something. I want us to really think about, why are we so quick to do it to us? Why? Why? What reason is it? But then we do the song and dance for everybody else. It's just something I want you to think about. And we can't keep giving the finger of blame and say because they. No. You woke. I'm woke. We're doing great things. We have the ability to study. We have the ability to go to school and do a lot of things. We ain't as poor as our forefathers once were, our grandparents. Are we all where we like to be? No. But boy, we have far more black millionaires, men and women, than we've seen in the history of humanity. I believe we have the ability to change a lot of things. But yet you see two men at the height of their career and at a paramount place to be difference makers. But yet we still inflict harm on each other. So, in my closing, it ain't just happening in the hood, y'all. It's happening in Hollywood. I'm out.